Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where news from, well, let's say 5 years ago has finally come to our ears of what happened amongst this studio. As we now corner Dee Vasquez with a picture from the past, we now go to talk to her in the trailer of Studio 2. Let's go inside and see what she wants to talk about. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. I had to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years? Over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She just jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys! Okay then. And the guy reaching inside his jacket's a bit mostly menacing more than anyone. Will they hide behind the whiteboard or something? Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should Dee Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. Dee Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Watch out, you might get erased yourself. There's 4 of them and 1 of you. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Thank you, Dick. Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? Exactly? Dee Vasquez. So she's linked to this extremely strongly as well. Not only is the blackmailer, but there's something in the photo she doesn't want people to see. But let's save the cleared stage data up to this point and move on with the trial. The trial's final day is about to begin. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. He's very edgy. Haha. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay! Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. Indeed there is. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. So it didn't even block the road at all? In the slightest bit? I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Are we just not noticing that part anymore? The fact that people couldn't make it around, is that just a non-thing? Did I miss something? This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it! Or did I forget something? Knowing me. And in the court case, forgetting something is a very bad thing! I entered the trailer. A little before noon. Press it all. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. Hold it! Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. Objection! The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please, stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Ah! Edgeworth, not having a good time. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Hold it! And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Yeah, helpful. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. We were looking for factoids. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. So this is about the van. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh right. Yes, we learned that bit. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Keep pressing. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It hurts our ears. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. This must be the statement we're after. Do you have someone who can verify this? I guess it's Sal. Yeah, Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence to prove she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kinda wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere. It's the last statement. So we'll move forward. It's this statement we're presenting here. So obviously we're looking for the fact that, I think personally we're looking for the fact that there was no bones on the plate. Because it's something we noted really early on. Maybe they stuck it in the incinerator after all. Manella used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. So it must be the plate itself. Because if you had a T-bone steak, there would be bones.
Objection!
Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not! Well, that's a good way to start that bit. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. It's good if we had a photo of this, mind you. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. That's it. And then she suffocates because it's been lodged in her throat, but she's just been about able to breathe. You ate a boneless steak, or you didn't eat the steak. Obviously, we're after the angle of saying that she has time to commit the murder, so you didn't eat the steak would be the right answer here. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. The whole steak? I see. And what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Still Samurai or picking on Salmonella? Probably both. She was meeting with the Still Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Still Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands! Well, we seem to be on the right lines. Though it does seem to be a little bit of conjecture right now, really. Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous, exactly?
Objection!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating! Here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you could. You couldn't, could you? I don't know. Well, we've already ascertained that it's pretty hefty and that she probably couldn't do it, but we're fine with this as a statement because we kind of know a lot about the weapon at this point in time. We really do, if you know what I mean. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha! You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. I think the proof is in the pudding. Breaking the shaft has been mended with duct tape. It's going to be hard to kill someone with a broken weapon because, to be honest, I don't know where the shaft was broken. But if you try to stab that into someone, possibly the shaft would break first and it would buckle. If it was weak and only mended with duct tape, I think it might not. It depends if it's ridiculously sharp, but I don't think a weapon like that, with its use as a prop, would be ridiculously sharp as well. It would need some leverage.
Take that!
I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run through? Of course, the picture. It broke at the blade, which means if it was duct taped together, man, that would fall apart in 2 seconds. There's no stabbing anyone with that. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? It's not. Simply put.
Order! Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard! Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was? How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
I think I can tell you. We've had suspicions for a long time. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
Oh. Ah! Let's show the accident involving Jack Hammer, because of course, that bent railing always looks super suspicious, and when I look at this photo anyway, that railing looks straight up and not so bent or kinked. That looks like a recent event. Well, that's what we were thinking about anyway. There's Vasquez there. It kind of proves that something happened in between there and there, I imagine. I think this is it. This is what we're presenting, though I would have liked a photo of trailer 2 as a crime scene more than I would have liked the 5-year-old photo. But bringing this up now seems to have this kind of satisfyingness to it. Take that!
Take that!
Look at this photo!
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studio.
What does this have to do with the current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago? has happened again!
Mr. Wright, continue!
And we will with a monstrous cliffhanger next episode. We are on the case. We are on the right track. We are defeating Miss Vasquez at every turn. Her silence is her undoing as it allows us to talk and elaborate on what happened. Postulate even. Next time on Phoenix Wright, we'll put the nail in the coffin. Bye-bye.